Namaste and welcome to today's episode of Interview. Guest for today's evening is an amazing personality who is an architect by profession and an informational interviewer by passion. So, without any further delay, let's jump into the conversation. Hello, Mr. George. Welcome you to this session of interview. Thank you for taking out some valuable time for this session.
Thank you, Pallabi. I mean, it's an honor for me to join your channel. Thanks a lot.
My pleasure, Mr. George. So, moving on to the first question, we would like to know about yourself a little bit.
I completed my BTech degree a long way back in '92, and then we started this architectural interior design firm based out of Cochin in Kerala. And it's been a long journey now, almost quarter century up now with the company. That's what we are now. We've been doing projects all over Kerala and also projects. We are currently doing one project in your place, Guwahati too. In Bangalore, in Chennai, we've been doing projects all over in the last 25 years.
That's really nice to hear. So sometime we can catch up in Guwahati.
Yeah, sure, we will.
So what are your expectations as an architect?
See, as an architectural firm, our job is to build the dreams of our clients. That's what we do. I mean, the clients will come up to us with a lot of dreams based on their requirements, but then these are dreams. I mean, you build a home only once. So our main job is to get the dreams done for our clients. But then what we do is we try and analyze the requirements. We try and analyze their dreams in terms of what they want inside their home, and then slowly combine that with the green technologies, the sustainability factor, the green building materials, all these things, and try and make a home which is as close to nature, taking away all maybe the natural light, the natural ventilation. These are the things that we do. I mean, our expectation will be to get a client who will give us a free hand to do everything that we would experiment in that area.
What type of trends do you feel that those are important in architectural industry?
See, today, the first question, I mean, when a client comes to us with a project, the first question that we try and get out of the client is whether that building is an absolute necessity or not. In many cases, we see that, I mean, in Kerala, a place like where a lot of NRIs are there, you come and stay in a home which you have built about 6,000 square feet, 5,000 square feet for maybe 1 month or less than a month in a year. So our first looking out is to figure out whether the client requires that kind of a home in the first place. And once we firm up on the requirement, maybe we reduce the size of the house from his dreams to what is actually practical or rather usable. And that is our first initiative when we take up a project. Then, of course, the combining part with the sustainability as building suitable to the locality where it is, the local flavors, all these things need to be incorporated along with that. So these are the trends that are happening. I mean, the lot of shift that is today happening towards the sustainability building models that's happening. And we are extremely happy. Earlier, it was very difficult to convince clients to move towards a lot of things like even a terracotta tile. Earlier it was difficult, but then now people are slowly becoming conscious that we need to be responsible to our Mother Earth. So these things are coming back, and which is a good sign for the building industry too.
So any one challenge from this field that you would like to share with our audience?
Anyone? Come again? Challenge.
Any one challenge from
challenge? Challenge. Yes. The biggest challenge will be to synchronize between if a family comes to us to build a home, to synchronize the requirements or rather the dreams of all the family members. That's the first challenge that we face. I mean, every person will have a different outlook towards home. So combining everything and synchronizing that and making sure that we do a proper home without doing much of compromise to anyone's ideas, that's the biggest challenge that we face.
I must say that you are really doing a tough job at this time. So, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years as an architect?
That's a very interesting question. Next 5 years, I would certainly see our firm doing projects the way we want to. In the sense, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm being arrogant on that, but then I'm saying a project that we can conceive and do it as per our ideals, our visions, and something which is very close to the nature. That's what we will be looking at as a long-term dream for our firm.
So, how did only green started? A greener for future generations.
Yeah.
Can you speak something in this?
Okay. This the passion towards a greener world has always been there, and it was during the time of lockdown, as you rightly said about your channel too. Uh, it was during that lockdown that there was not much to do otherwise. You couldn't move out. You were stuck inside your homes. That's the time when we thought, okay, let's start doing something to give back to the nature. So it's a passion. It's a passion of yeah, green world, and also a passion of reaching out to masses. These two things combined together helped us to launch the channel. It's been a long journey now, almost 15 months. We've been connecting to a lot of environmentalists, not so very well known environmentalists. We've been trying
Yeah.
to feature a lot of them, and also maybe make stories about people who are otherwise unknown, and also a lot of products like sustainable products that are available in the market. We're trying to feature them also in our channel. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to ensure that the message is correct to make this world a greener place, a better place for our future generations.
Yeah, we must agree that lockdown has made each of us very creative in nature. Then I was about to talk about your content in Only Green channel. So you have already answered that. But now I would like to know, how do you plan everything for those channels
Uh,
for Only Green?
See, I mean, one is when you run a YouTube channel, obviously your mind keeps working towards that. I mean, you always think about what next. That's what happens. I mean, then you start. I mean, as we have connected, we start looking around in the net, looking around, keeping your eyes and ears open. You tell others that please connect me to people. So that is one aspect that I've been doing. I've been connecting to one person, and through that to another person. Like that, I have moved from maybe to almost every part of India. We've done an earlier video with another Assam personality, who's Purnima Devi Burman, who's also a very, very well-known personality in the field of, she's known as Hargila Didi. So that is what I mean. She connected to the next person. Like that, we've moved, and it is not very easy when you're dependent on another person. Also, you need to schedule your shooting time based on their free time. All these things, and most of these people are out in the wild most of the time. They go out
Mhm.
and stay inside the forest for a longer time, or otherwise in the oceans for a longer
Longer.
time. So it's been a tough journey, but then it's been a very satisfying journey for us. Connecting to people, knowing more about the young breed of environmentalists in India.
Okay, so the only thing that has come to my mind right now is that one informational interviewer is interviewing the other another informational interviewer, right?
Correct. That's what we're
Yeah.
doing now.
So what green so I think this will really give good results at the end of the interview.
Correct. Correct.
Uh, what uh, what green horizons do you see in future in India?
Okay. I think if we look at the current scenario, a lot of people are at least aware that we need to be careful and conscious about the environment around us. There's a saying that I always tell, that if we, the environment, the nature doesn't require us. We need the environment. So if we don't take care of the environment, that's what we're seeing now. Even many people say that COVID is one factor where the nature is taking care of itself. So the nature will take care of itself. We need to do our part. We need to be conscious about it and be mindful about it. A couple of things that we've seen a huge trend towards the positive side is, one is waste management. Earlier, we were not talking about it, and waste management was never an issue at all. We see plastics landing in landfills, oceans. See, they say that by 2050, oceans will have more plastic than fishes. So that's a kind of trend which was happening, but at least now we know. We cannot say that we don't know about it or we didn't know about it. We know about a lot of facts today, and people are really mindful about these things. That's one positive sign that we see. I mean, things like proper eco restoration, like the topic that you are teaching, then rewilding, which is there are a lot of people today in North India I see doing rewilding projects, which is a very good sign. Then taking care of native plants. I mean, I was talking to a person in Ooty. He was saying the Ooty was flooded with the what do you call that? Different plants which were not native to that place, and that created a lot of natural issues. But today we have a lot of, in a place like where I am staying, Kerala, we have seen in the last 3 years about two massive floods. So these things are happening around, and people have started thinking about it. That okay, we need to be careful about what we do with the terrains, what we do with our plants, what natural native plants we need to grow. All these things are happening. We're taking care of our forests. At least we know that we need to take care of our forest. These things are happening, which are very positive signs, and I for sure in the next 10 years see a brighter future for the environment at least.
I have seen another side of your patient that you capture some moments like clean water, green environment in your camera. So, what do you have to say
Uh,
in this context?
I am I'm not a photographer. I don't have a keen eye or a sense for photography for sure. But then these things, some of these things have happened this like that. Some of these things my friends have helped me out with. It's not that I'm doing it all by myself. There are a lot of people who help me out when they see that I'm doing it. So a lot of videos, short videos that we do have come from a lot of friends of mine who travel around. So all these things are happening. They send it to me. They take videos and send it to me. These things are happening. I mean, and once you get into this mode, you always keep looking for it. Your antennas are up. You keep looking for it, and it keeps happening. That's what it is. I mean, I wouldn't call myself even amateur photographer. It is a very poor photography thing that I have.
So, that's really nice and keep doing your best work and all the best for your future endeavor. So, Mr. George, now what would be your piece of advice to the young parents?
Okay, my advice is, as I said earlier, be responsible towards the earth, the nature around you. That's all I'm asking from the younger generation and even from our generation. Be responsible to the nature. When I say nature, it includes the plants, the animals, the smaller species of things like butterflies, lizards, everything. Be careful, be mindful about all this. And as you were saying earlier, when we go to a luxury spot, or rather a tourist spot in a forest or something, always keep in mind that it is their habitat. We are intruders there. So we should be treating it that way. And once we have our perspective about nature correctly, I'm sure we're going to see a very greener future.
So, thank you so much, Mr. George. I must say that you are truly an inspiring, and motivating personality. So it was great interacting with you. Thanks you once again.
Thanks, Pallavi, and we will keep in touch and sure to meet very soon. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. So audience, if you like watching today's video, make sure to subscribe, like and share this video. And the links of Mr. George will be given in the description box. Do check it out. Thank you so much for watching.